What up? What up? Check, check. Trader to the Living coming to you live with Gear Talk. What is going on? Scallywags, gear freaks, guitar pedal fetishists, drum machine overlords. What's up, everyone? Even the wankas. Everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. Let's see. What's up, GearTube? Thanks for joining in. Twin Cities Oxygen. Thanks for jumping in. Am I in Portland? No, I am in Nevada, in northern Nevada. I used to live in Portland. I moved away from there about 10 years ago now. But, yeah, appreciate you guys all coming in. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Synth Sonic, what's up? What's up? Just gonna look at a few new things that are out. Just a little chill chat, gear talk. Hope everyone's doing good. Thankfully, I can see the chat and not have to look at my damn phone like last time. Let's see here. I was getting set up this morning to do a little demo. I think I might do it live later or tomorrow on this guy. I've got the oil can style delay reverb thingy from Strymon, the Oliveira. Got a good deal on it. Had some bonus bucks from Sweetwater that were about to expire, and I used those towards it. Not looking for any gear as far as synthesizers, drum machines, or anything for the near future. I'm pretty set, I think, with gear. But pedals, I'm always in the market for pedals. And this thing, I don't know, it was kind of intriguing to me, some of the demos. And I haven't really heard much of it with synthesizers. So I think I might hook up. I was thinking about hooking up maybe either the Bass Station 2 and either the Hydra or the Third Wave 8M, and just turning off all the effects and just doing a little live demo, kind of like Samurai's been doing those live pedal demos. I kind of like that, the way he does those, and I don't have to sit there and edit it all together and stuff, you know. So if I just it'd be a lot easier. But yeah, if you guys in the chat, I'd appreciate if you tell me if you can hear if the volumes all sound okay. Looks like everything is working all right. But yeah, we got Halloween coming up. Pretty excited about that. It's, kids and I is one of our favorite holidays. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. You know, gonna do some pumpkin carving tonight, and got the kids all done up this morning for. There's no school on Fridays here, so they're doing dress up today. My daughter was Edward Scissorhands, so we had to do like all her makeup and the scars and all that stuff. And then my boy is the Dark Knight, Batman. He watched the Dark Knight movies and he wanted to be the Dark Knight, and made me dig out my old Frank Miller comics, the Dark Knight graphic novels that I got out for him to read. So. Anyhow, sounds crisp. Thank you, GearTube. Appreciate it. Yeah, Halloween, pretty exciting. Gonna go to there's a haunted house here that we're gonna go check out. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped on this thing. I'm thinking either tonight or tomorrow, pop it on live. I don't know, what sense do you guys think I should use with it? Thought about maybe doing like the Micro Freak, since it doesn't have any built-in effects. But then I was thinking about doing like a poly and a mono synth, just to kind of do the Bass Station. I don't even think I've done anything on camera with the Bass Station 2 yet, so maybe that'd be a good one. And then I don't know, maybe like something. I mean, the Micro Freak is just paraphonic, but I don't know. What do you guys think? The Hydra 8M. I could even do it with like the VC 340 here, the string machine vocoder. I don't know. something easy that I can bring over that I don't have to get unhooked too much because I want to do it on the desk here in front. So, what up, Tactical MIDI? How you doing, man? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I was just gonna take a look at a few things here. Let me switch over some stuff. See if hopefully I can read the chat still good there. I'm gonna go to this guy and go back. You're gonna watch a couple videos and just some newer stuff that's been out. Let's see. Whoops. I don't know why that shit came up. Oh, where should we start here? Any machine users in here? Let me switch over to, well, hang on. I guess the machine got a big new update that people are pretty stoked on. I'm sure they probably had to pump that out after the new MPC 3 Live 3 dropped, right? I know machine users were probably pretty bummed. I've heard there's not been a lot of updates. I'll skip that one for now. If anybody wants to check out that, I mean, I know if you have a machine, you already probably know about it. Let's see. Now, let's go to this real quick. Let's see. This time, they've gone too far. Our renegade friend Espen Craft, always kind of funny. Let's see. Let me know if you guys can hear the video.
In the beginning of the 18th century, around 1700, the piano enters the scene, and the elite and gatekeepers of the harpsichord, they are outraged. Even Johann Sebastian Bach
Thomas
joins in. The piano is inhuman. The soul has left the music.
There's
no
doing
dynamics.
a video talking about AI.
Everything is wrong now. This time, they've gone too far.
It's just a short little
Fast forward to the 1950s and 60s.
The piano.
Electric guitars. It's corrupting the youth. Electric guitars, it's just noise. The soul has left the music. Electric guitars, they're artificial. It's not real instruments. Real musicians play acoustic. Even Bob Dylan was booed at the Newport Folk Festival in the mid-60s.
When Dylan went electric.
He was playing the electric guitar. This time, he's gone too far. The 70s.
I know a lot of people hate on it.
This time, they've gone too far. Synthesizers, they're not real instruments. Synthesizers, well, they're artificial. Synthesizers will replace real orchestras. People will lose their jobs.
Sounds good.
This time, they've gone too far.
Too far.
The 80s, MIDI. Well, it's not real performance. Computerized music lacks human soul and feeling. MIDI sequencing, well, it's just programming. It's not playing. It's not real. We'll never need human players again.
All this stuff
this time they've gone too far. The 90s, sampling, digital recording. It's theft. It's lazy. They're just copying real musicians. The computer does all the work. Who owns the sound? This time they've gone too far.
Too far.
2000 and 2010s, DAWs and bedroom producers. Well, music is dead. Anyone can make music now. Quality is dead. It's all loops and presets now. This time they've gone too far.
Cruising by.
2020s, AI. It's not real creativity. It's theft from real artists. It'll replace human musicians. This time, they've gone too far. Here's a stack of Keyboard Magazine issues from 83 and 84. I grew up in this era. I started collecting synths and became a musician in the 80s.
90s were when I started keyboard magazines and shit.
There's a lot of outrage around this era from people. Here's a little letter from someone. A new generation of keyboardists are emerging. They're nothing more than children playing with electronic toys. Many keyboardists are taking advantage of this new technology to the extent that they are becoming no more than computer programmers who have no more music skill than an IBM technician. And there are hundreds and hundreds of letters to the editor in these issues from people claiming that MIDI, digital keyboards, and sequencing is the death of music. This time,
I don't know if I'd put AI in the same kind of category. But he's right. There's always hate every time something new comes along, right? There's like hate, and it's going to be the death of music, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong on that aspect. But let's see what his take on AI is, because you guys have heard me talk about it and whatnot. And I don't have a problem with using it. I've specified that as long as you're honest about it and admit, say that you're using it. It's the people who try and hide it or pass it off as their own work. But let's see what good old Espen has to say here.
They've gone too far. You see the pattern here? Every new music tech has been frowned upon by the elite, by the gatekeepers. It's threatening their lives. It's threatening their jobs. It's threatening their livelihood. They're outraged. I find it hard to fathom that my own peers, people, friends from my own generation, from the same era I grew up with, MIDI, synthesizers, sequencing, etc., they're afraid of AI. They don't like AI. They don't want to use AI. This time, he's gone too far.
Too far.
I see AI as a tool. I don't use or need AI to make or compose music. I make my music the old-fashioned way on a piano with lyrics and chords and chord structure.
Yeah.
And I can feed that into the AI generator, coming up with parts. I can augment on my own old school arrangements in my DAW, or I can just enjoy having the AI engine come up with a vocal part that I back in the day wouldn't dream of having the possibility to do. Making demos, hearing how things can work out later on in the production, etc., etc. AI gives me a load of creative ideas and a creative boost. I love what AI brings to the table. Yes, the ethical side, if the AI engine trains on other people's work, there should be some sort of compensation for that.
Thank you. That's my thing.
I see possibilities. I see it now as a great tool of getting ideas.
That's kind of been my take on it, is if it's taking away, if it's going over videos of all of our music and people's stuff and taking little bits and parts to create something, I think there should be some form of compensation for the artists. That's just, my own humble opinion. But he said it, and I'm glad he said that, because that's one thing that I think about when I think about it, doing that. But he's right, man. It's a tool. Anyhow, Espen's little funny take. We'll watch the very end of it.
Done, so I'm not afraid of AI at all.
Espen's a renegade.
About this time, it's gone too far. Well, to me, that's bollocks.
Bollocks.
As always, I'm Espen Croft, and you're not. See you next time. Cheers.
That's cool. He is the 80s, huh? Oh, let's see here. We'll go back to the history. I was gonna look at this fader punk thing. The ultimate hackable modulator. Go back to the beginning. So this
Welcome
is on
back.
Synth
Do you ever
Dad.
find yourself
Shout out
struggling
Synth Dad.
to control your modular patches,
Like
or
and
realize you've
subscribe. I
built the
believe
perfect
I'm
setup but
subscribed
just forgotten
already.
some
Yep.
key function like an LFO or an envelope generator? Today's module is something a little bit different. It's the
This thing looks
fader
cool.
punk from A to V,
The fader punk.
and it provides not only hands-on control of a modular patch or synthesizer using these lovely faders,
If you use
it
modular
also
stuff,
allows you
this
to
thing
run
can be
apps on each of
pretty
these
cool.
channels. So you could have an LFO, an envelope generator, Turing machine, trigger generator, Euclidean sequencer,
Laugh out loud.
all running in this little unit
Yeah,
here
here too.
and controlled by these
That
faders.
would be gone to go to way too fucking far. Agreed, Thomas. Yeah.
The best way to understand fader punk is to build a patch around it and to
So
use
this
it
is
to
cool.
control
I don't know how
this
many guys
small
are in a
modular setup.
modular.
Now, this is the
but
type of setup that you
I
might
thought this thing
typically
was
build
pretty
when you're
dope.
starting out. You've got your drums, you've got a good...
I'm not going to watch
Now,
this whole video.
when you
but
map something into a slot, it's
you can
instantly
map everything
reflected
on
on the
these-
device. So I could, for example, delete this control surface here. I could click save, and straight away it's gone. I could decide I want to add one in, so I go to apps,
It's pretty handy.
and I slide the fader up.
The fader punk. I like faders a lot better than knobs. I just like, I don't
straight
know,
away we
something
see,
about just
okay,
the
so we've
feeling
got
of a fader
nice,
is just
simple
like
fader
more
control. We We do that. We
enjoyable
mute, and
to
now
me
we no
than
longer have
twisting a knob.
control. Do that.
So I like the idea of this thing. I think it's pretty cool.
And it uses pickup. So say I do this, change it. Nothing will happen until I pick up.
Yo, what
the
up,
new
Rourke?
value.
Thanks for dropping by, dude.
So now let's add some LFOs so we can, for example, modulate this filter.
So yeah, I'm not gonna watch this whole video.
Zed
It's long,
Chaos.
but go check out Synth Dad.
Techno rumble style kick we have going on.
Synth Dad is cool. He's got some good stuff. Jump into this Von Gone solar phase thing.
To put together.
Let's see, Ura. Is it Ura? Ura music. This thing seems super dope. Hopefully I don't get any like kind of strike or anything for showing people videos. I don't think so. I'm just gonna watch part of it. But yeah, these things, Von Gone. I have a buddy who's into Von Gone stuff and effects and stuff, and really swears by it. I've never tried any of them, but they seem pretty cool. These look really nice. I like the wood cases on them and stuff. They look nice. So we got the Ultra Sure Solar Phase and Poly Phase. So I'm guessing these are 3 different ones he's got hooked up. He's just making this Solar Phase. Sounds good though. Crazy Wabbit in the house. What up, man? Just checking out some videos of some new gear and stuff. Hanging out, sipping on some coffee. Hey, Chris. What up, man? Really enjoyed your episode of Third Ear. If you guys haven't yet, pause this. If you haven't yet, head over to Symptoms of Reality channel and check out the Third Ear episode with Chris Head. Really, really cool. Excellent episode. Highly recommend. Head over there and watch the video and give a like. Really enjoyed the tunes, Chris, and hearing you talk about them. Excellent episode. Yeah, appreciate you guys all dropping by. Just checking out kind of some new videos and some stuff that dropped. This Von Gone Solar Phase kind of had me a little interested. Detune and a saturate. It's got a drive on it, a tone. Let's skip ahead. It sounds really good, don't it? I'm gonna skip ahead. Here it goes. So we're gonna talk about it.
Now I decided to put new Von Gone solar phase. Now I decided to put together all my Von Gone treasures. I have a very soft spot for this company. I had the chance to meeting the 2 people behind.
I've always heard really good things about the
company.
company.
And I love them both. And I think they're doing a great job. It's a very, very small company. Every of their products follow a certain kind of aesthetic that I completely love. And they came out with this new pedal, the Solar Phase, and it sounds great as a end of chain, as I am putting it now, but I'm sure it has a lot of uses. Now, being in my temporary studio today, I brought from Berlin this pedal board that I built using only Von Gone products. We have the replay here, which is their synth, which is really, really beautiful, really, really simple to use, but sounds really, really cool. Then the chain that I built is Polyphrase, which is a video a week.
Anyway, it sounded neat. I like the way it sounds.
The slider set the level post
So you got the
drive.
3 sliders, you got the
This
2 separate
button
mixes,
here set 3 different levels of drive per band. So this is 0,
cool.
so basically it doesn't add any gain, plus 6 dB, plus 12. And you have this drive that basically is an offset for all the 3 bands. So let's start with drive at 0. And let's bring it in a little. And let's set all the band with 0, with the lowest drive setting. Now with drive, I basically raise the input level and start saturating.
Huh. And
Let's
you
now
can mix
bring
it in separately
more
on left
drive
right
and let's
channels.
boost the low end, the high end.
Kind of cool.
And then
Anyway, just something I was going to look at. Looked kind of interesting. Go back. There was a couple other things I was going to maybe check out here. See, watched Espen's video. Oh man, I'm kind of interested in this warp thing, to be honest with you. They've been dropping videos, Soma, and just watch just a second of it. It's pretty expensive, I think. I don't see myself getting it, but it's got some nice effects. That thing's crazy, huh? I wouldn't mind messing with some of Soma's stuff. I've never owned any. Jealous when I see it. Gas. The gas, yeah, it's a lot cheaper if you just gas for pedals and effects than. I mean, the Pulsar 23 has been on my list for a long time. I saw Perfect Circuit had some like way cheap, some used ones for like 1,300. I was almost tempted, but I do not need it. This that Terra thing's really cool. It's just so bizarre. I don't know. Anyhow. And I think there was a couple other things. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's a Machine user. Machine got a big update.
That we've completely
People
rebuilt
are
the engine for
stoked.
modulation and automation to give you the expressive and detailed control you've been
I'm
asking
guessing
for,
they're
along with some
trying to
additions to Machina Plus.
somehow
Machine has always been about
catch up in
performance,
however
turning
they
knobs,
can
pushing
with,
buttons, and being in the
EMPC
moment
Live
while
3.
creating.
I
The
just
previous
don't see it
workflow for
happening.
modulation was based on the step
Seems
sequencer.
like too little, too
and
late.
even though you could take it down to 128th of a step, editing all those nodes could
Video's
get
loud. Let me turn it
complicated,
down, sorry.
especially if you wanted to do unique curves or shapes. The modulation editor has been rebuilt from the ground up in a new graphics engine
better?
for smoother visuals and refined editing. You can now draw straight lines, curves, sketch modulation with the pencil tool, and edit multiple points at once. Plus, we've included
Yeah,
a
I
grip
don't know.
of
Does
new
anybody
keyboard
care about
shortcuts for
Machine?
all these functions.
I'm
At
not
this
a-
point, you might be
not a
asking
user,
yourself,
so-
what
I think it's cool. I know a lot of people have been really wanting an update, so I'm happy for anybody who is a Machine user. Machine Plus 2.10. The third year. Yeah, that was pretty much everything I was going to look at. Oh, let's go back to... Yeah, guys, I haven't really looked to see what else has really come out. Let's go to... Anybody got any good plans for the weekend? Dressing up as... I'm going to dress up as Uli Behringer in a Bob Moog suit. And go out and... no, I'm just fucking kidding. That'd be good, though, huh? Dress up as Uli, dressed up as Bob, who's dressed up as a chicken, a giant chicken suit. Let's see here. computer's going slow. Oh, accept your damn shit. What else do we got here? Go ahead and switch. Just gonna take a look at, just looking at gear news for the hell of it. I look at here in Synthopia. Ooh, the Torso S4 White Edition. I haven't tried an S4. I was tempted on the Torso S4 for a while, but I went with the GR Mega instead, and I feel pretty happy with that decision. The Torso S4 seems cool, but I think the Mega is a lot. You can do a lot more with it. Yeah. Not much going on in the gear world. But yeah, I back up here. What is going on there? Let me bring this back down so I can say, yeah, guys, I'm gonna do a little demo with this guy. I want to see. I haven't seen anything with it with synthesizers, and I want to see what it sounds like with some synths. I did plug it in with the Syntact because that's what I had on the desk, and that's the only thing I've messed around with it other than with my bass guitar so far. But yeah, I was gonna use I don't know, a couple synths, do a little live stream with it, and just test it out. But yeah, Strymon, can't go wrong with Strymon pedals, right? Yes, sir. Let's see. Chat slow, or is my Wi-Fi crap? You know, I don't know. My computer just seemed to be a little slow loading a website, so I don't know if it's on my end. Looks like I have a full signal. I have pretty good Wi-Fi here. Not sure. Let's see. S4 had a lot of hype, but came out with a ton of bugs. Yes, I've heard that. I think Skype, they fixed them, but seem weird to get so much praise and then come out buggy as hell. Yeah, I heard the same thing and read kind of the same type of things. I've heard they have fixed some of it, but it took like a long time from what I understand. Kind of reminds me of another device called the Toneverk, which we did just get an update on the Toneverk that fixed for me the few issues that I had. There's still some blatant glaring omissions on the Toneverk that I feel should have been there to start. The undo button just doesn't work, doesn't do anything, doesn't undo. So at least from, unless it's just user error, but I don't think that's been resolved. But that's not a big deal. It was the MIDI jitter that was an issue. I couldn't, had problems doing the multi-sampling or even just syncing it with other gear when I tested it. It worked fine on its own. So they've addressed the MIDI jitter, but it's only through 5-pin DIN that it works, which is what I use. I don't use MIDI over USB, so I was stoked that for me it works. But for people who use the MIDI over USB thing, they said it is in the works, and in the next update that'll be addressed and stuff. But I don't know. Let's see, audio cutting in and out. I wonder if it's me. Is anybody else having issues? Going to restart on my end. It was on your end, Wabbit? Okay. The don't work. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I've been pretty damn happy with what the thing can do. And the new update addressed, I'd say, about 85% of the issues that I wanted to see. But I do think they rushed it out, and it was not ready for prime time, obviously, as a lot of people have returned them and been upset. But, it's funny because when I buy stuff, as you guys have heard me say in the past, I always buy it for what it can do in the moment. I don't ever expect firmware updates. I don't buy something wanting it and getting mad at a company because they're not going to make it into something that I wanted it to be. I don't cry like a baby and stomp my feet for a firmware update like some people do. But Toneverk is it's like the first device I've ever got where you just knew, like out of the gate, that this was going to be something else down the road. It's kind of weird, kind of a bizarre one, because like it goes against like kind of everything of when I buy something. Speaking of firmware updates, I've got a whole bunch to do. I went through today and like listed, there's a new GR Mega one. They've been dropping GR Mega updates like, geez, every week or two, it seems like, since I got it, which is nice because there'll be small bugs that appear with newer firmware updates, kind of like the NPCs. That was always an issue with me with the NPC, is every time there was a new firmware update, there would be like new bugs and things not working right and stuff. Hopefully Akai has fixed all that now. That latest update I put on my XSE seems really stable and good, the best one yet. So hopefully that's something they don't do. But GR Megas, you know, it's still kind of come into its own. But yeah, I dropped the new Toneverk one on there. What else was it? There was a couple other. There's a newer one that I haven't put into my Voltage Lab 2, which, God, doing an update on that thing, you have to literally take the whole thing apart, like take all the screws out and then take out the motherboard and then take it over to the computer, or the insides. You got to undo them and then plug in USB-C into that and do your update there, then take it back and then do like this whole thing. It's like the most elaborate firmware update I've ever seen on any piece of gear. Luckily, they don't do them very often. I think this is just the second, maybe third since it came out. And it does give some cool features, so it's worth it. You can do splits now. Because the Voltage Lab 2 has an extremely badass, super cool sequencer, step sequencer. Like one of the best I've ever used on anything, like hands down. It's a phenomenal sequencer, which is really adds to, I think, the value of what makes that thing so fun and amazing. You can play it like a keyboard and record in that way, but I find to use it as a step sequencer because you could do multiple. It's insane. I should get that under a camera one day and just show some of what it can do. It's super, super deep. I mean, I've had the thing a while now, and I still have to look shit up in the manual because of everything it can do. But hey, Jan Peter Neiman, thank you for dropping by. Cornish Waves Music, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Nice of you guys all to stop by. Just a little impromptu chill stream. We're talking about gear, watching a few videos. Yeah, talking about firmware updates. And then I think I have like 5 firmware updates too. That's one thing I just get really sick of with having hardware is it's nice. I love when they upgrade our gear. I absolutely love when we get new features or they fix things. You know, I'm not complaining, but it's kind of a freaking hassle when you have so much gear because, like, you'll hear, oh, this got a firmware update, and we don't have time all the time. You know, we have busy lives and stuff. Like it's not like we can rush right away over and immediately always update stuff. So sometimes I forget, and I have a little notepad here. I try and write down, you know, update, and I'll have like, you know, like, yeah. Anyhow, it's, you know, first world problems, right? Firmware updates. When you have a lot of gear, it can become a pain in the ass. And when, like I said, on stuff like the Voltage Lab, it's like a whole thing, you know? Like, you have to literally take the entire thing apart, take the freaking motherboards out of the back, unscrew those, and it's quite a thing. What's my opinion on the 3i Atlas? You know, I haven't looked that much into it. I know it was like a comet that came in and, you know, passed by, what was it, the sun, and then now it's heading out past Jupiter and out. Is it a comet? Is it, I don't know. I don't really have any real concrete information to form a good opinion on it. I wish it was aliens that were just checking us out and we could prove that, and that would be cool. But I don't know. What do you think it is? I know there's been a lot of stuff on it. I haven't watched any videos or anything. I just read a little bit about it. Don't really have a major opinion on it. The vapors, what up? MPC takes 2 seconds over Wi-Fi. Yeah, my MPC is since having the Wi-Fi is very fast. That's true. That's one of the easiest ones now to update. Some things are easier than others and take longer. You know what I mean? I just it's not necessarily like just doing a piece of gear. It's when you all of a sudden realize you have a bunch of stuff that needs updated. It just feels like some days, I've had days where I go in the studio to do stuff. It's like, oh, I'm going to update some firmware. And then it's like 2 hours later before I start actually like making any noise because I'm like updating a bunch of stuff. But again, it's just like a minor gripe. You don't have to update, right? You know, we can just live with the way things are. But yeah, so it's just some things are a pain in the ass. And it sucks because like I have my computer on one side and then a lot of my gear's on the other side of the studio. So I have to like a lot of times like unhook everything and then bring it over. That's why it's like if I had my old setup, I had the computer in the middle. That made it easier for me in my old studio. This one's set up a little different. And I thought about moving the desk over into the middle, similar to the way I had it before in my old studio. But the way I have it positioned in front of the window for sound wise, I think this is the best area for mixing and stuff. So, because I mix on monitors, I don't mix on headphones. I mean, I check on headphones, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We will forget about Atlas in 15 minutes. Yeah, I agree, Rabbit. I don't think it's, I don't know. A lot of people, Third Eye Atlas is alien psyop. You might be right. Might be right. Back from Chippy Chips pie and mushy pie. Nice. Got a little chippy chips and some, was it shepherd's pie? Mushy peas. That sounds good, Chris. That sounds pretty damn good. I don't know, man. Super intriguing, though. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, I haven't watched or seen that much on it. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, but I mean, I read like an article and like saw like, you know, some stuff, but then I was just like, well, I mean, until any like, I don't know, I'm just not going to sit there and speculate on what it might be. It's just not my thing to do. What up, Destructo? Good to see you, man. 3-Eye Atlas is just a buddy of mine cruising by to see if I got the MPC Live 3. That's good. I like that. And did you get the Live 3? Dude, I did get the Live 3. I had the Live 3 for just over a week, almost a week and a half. I went out of town with it, used it. I think it's a brilliant, amazing device. It's a great step forward in the MPCs, but I sent it back. I did not end up keeping it, and that's for my has nothing to do with the Live 3. I think it is badass. I think it's super, super cool. I'm stoked for everybody has one. Just for me, first of all, I didn't need it at all. But the main reasons I didn't keep it was I'm not a guy who goes out and plays music like portable. You know, I thought I would do that with my SP404 MK2. I had a Live 2 a long time ago. I ended up ditching that, and I got, you know, I had the one and then the XSE. And the main reason is because I use my MPC in the studio mostly, and the I/O on it just doesn't hold a candle to the XSE as far as the amount of I/O. And that was a big issue for me, because basically what was going to happen is I was going to drop all this money on the thing, and it was going to sit there off to the side while I used the XSE, while I went, oh yeah, I'm going to take that out. Now, another thing is, like, for a portable device, it's pretty damn bulky. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something you just easily toss in a backpack or something. It's like more bulky than the Live 2, which I thought was kind of bulky for a portable device. So the main thing was the IO, and then just I'm not gonna be using it. I'm not gonna be like viral out on the river making a beat in a kayak and stuff. It's like, well, props to him, and I think that's badass. But that's just not me or my style. So like, I just realized, like, you know what? This thing's going to sit off to the side, and I'm going to tell myself all the time, oh, I'm going to do this with it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to bring it here. And it's just not going to happen. It's going to collect dust because the IO on it for the XSE is not going to be, it just wasn't feasible for me. Now, with the new update for the XSE and the Pro Pack and all that, I can get a hell of a lot of mileage still out of my XSE. The pads were super cool. I think the thing is super badass. And I could see for a lot of people it being absolutely amazing. But just for me personally, it just wasn't the right device. And that's pretty rare for me. And I kind of knew going into it that I wasn't sure. And I did it anyway because I really just was curious to try those pads. And I didn't even do a video on it or nothing. I was like, well, I can probably at least like keep it for a month. And I was like, I can make some content on it. You know what I mean? And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. That'd be, I don't know. It just felt disingenuous when I knew I wasn't going to keep it just to make some videos. I just didn't feel like good about myself. I try and keep this channel pretty honest, and it just, I don't know. I could have said like, oh, I'm just keeping it for content or something. I don't know. It just didn't feel right to do that. And so, yeah, I ended up sending it back. So let's see. Oh, I missed a bunch of comments here. Updates are double-edged sword. Yes, they are, sir. Cool as shit. Is the Prophet 10 the ultimate classic poly? Ooh. That's one that I've lusted over. I think like for the classic poly sound, I think it's to me one of the greatest for sure. Like that's a dream synth for me, having a Prophet 10. That's like that sequential, like ultimate sequential sound in my opinion. I've never laid my hands on. I've played a Prophet 5, never a Prophet 10. But yeah, nice. No. Yeah, dude. I sent it back. Destructo says, no, I'm waiting to see what they're replacing with the XSC. Yes, exactly. But in all honesty, I'm not sure I actually need it. Yeah. I mean, I want to see like how advanced their new X would be. What do SXSE, TCO, that's the MPC X Special Edition, which is like has their most, it's got 16 Q links, dedicated with displays under them. It's got a ton of IO. The workflow is way different to the Live and the One or the Keys or any of those. It's got dedicated everything. It's a whole nother experience. It's a way faster workflow that once you go with the X, it's not the same thing going back to the One or the Live. It is what it is. It's not for everybody, but if you're like use it in the studio, if you're into like the flagship, like Destructo and I use the X's, it's just the only way to go, especially if you have a lot of gear. If you have a lot of gear and you want to hook a bunch of stuff up to it, yeah, that's the way to go. Hey, Synth Addict, what's up, dude? Hey there, been too busy lately to do any gear live streams. They are good fun. Yeah, man, I've popped in like at the tail end of a couple of, it looked like you've been traveling a lot or something. I saw you in I think I watched like part of one night. I commented, I believe, on it. You were, I don't know where you were, in Japan or somewhere. But yeah, man, do you see, you still got your machine, right? Machine got a big update, it looks like. The Live One looks like a mini MPC now. It's true. In size, it's true. See, MPC 3 is as portable as a fridge on wheels. Exactly. I thought that was really it's kind of weird that they market it as their portable. It seems like they would make a one size with a battery that would be a portable, because that would be, I don't know. It seemed very not portable. I mean, I guess if you had like a good case and you like carried it with your luggage or something, but it was not. It's not like something you just easily just put in a bag and go. Very nice assessment of the Live 3. Not ragging on it. Wasn't free. Exactly, Webbit. I actually think it's super cool and badass. I think that it's a phenomenal device. It's just, yeah, for my purposes, I debated it. I went back and forth, and I just knew that it was going to sit off to the side because it wasn't going to be the centerpiece for all my gear. Like, it just doesn't have that capability for the IO. So yeah, and I knew I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take it, out to the canyon or the park or the lake or something, and I'm just not gonna do that. I just know myself. I thought I'd do that with the SP404. I'd be like, oh, on my lunch breaks I can sketch things on it or something, and I did that like once or twice, and even with like the little pocket operators and stuff. I'm just not. I know that about myself. I'm just not a dude into portable. I come into my studio to cook, and that's okay. Everybody, we're all different, and all devices are not for everyone. It was weird because I normally don't buy something that I don't end up keeping, or like, I usually wait on new gear like this. Something new comes out, I'll usually give it some time till the hype wears down and stuff, and but I really wanted to check out the pads. I wanted to see how different the workflow was from the Pro Pack and stuff of the XSE, and it's super dope. And yeah, I look forward to see, like Destructo was saying, what the new X will bring. If they do something like that with all the IO, then I might be interested. But even then, I'm not sure if I will. At this point, I'm going a little more, in different directions with the GR Mega and some Electron stuff. I'm going to keep my MPC, but I don't know. We'll see. This world needs a hero. What up, dude? Talking about somebody who, that's, making amazing things with MPC Live 3. Let's see. Oh, chat jumped on me. Hang on. Let's see. I wish I could expand this. It won't let me expand the chat. I can't figure out how to change the window. It's like all vertical instead of on the side like normal. It's annoying as hell. Let's see. PC's portable fridge. There we go. 4 GB RAM. Yeah, the XSE has 4 gig. So that and the Key 61 are the only two of the older MPCs that has the 4 gig of RAM. Let's see. The new XSE will lose I/O though, with USB-C replacing some. See, yeah, you're probably right, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm a 5-pin DIN kind of guy. I don't like MIDI over USB, just a personal preference. So I don't know how I'll feel about that. I'm probably, with MIDI 2.0 coming, I mean, we're gonna have to use USB with that, right? I think. And I know I do have the Quantum now. Actually, is the first device I have with MIDI 2.0. I haven't experimented with it a lot yet. Not gonna answer that phone call. Let's see. But I don't know. They're really rolling out 2.0 slow, so I'll probably eventually maybe have to do the USB. I do with the I didn't do. With the MPC XSE, I have a hub, and I do come out to like Hydrasynth and some of my grandmother, some of my stuff that accepts MIDI over USB, and it's nice in that aspect because when you go to go over it, it's labeled like exactly what it is. We're using 5-pin, using DIN MIDI. It doesn't identify the device by name, so you have to figure it out. So there are conveniences. I'm not totally opposed. I have used it. I'm just stuck in my ways and old, and they'll drag me kicking and screaming into the new the way of doing things. Let's see, Japan, China, then Pittsburgh. Nice, man. Oh man, you should stop by Pittsburgh Modular. Done a little live there. I know they let people come and do tours and stuff. I'm a big fan of the Pittsburgh Modular guys. They have a new case coming out. I think I might have to build a little Euro rack setup. If you can't carry 10 pounds, hit the gym. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not like you can't. It's not portable. Just saying it's not as portable as some other things. Hey, Uncle Chrome. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. Good to see Uncle in here. Glad you guys all stopped by. I really appreciate it. Just a chill day. Finishing up my coffee. Kind of late in the morning for me to be drinking coffee. It's already it's 11:09 a.m. here. I know it's probably much later where most of you guys are East Coast and overseas. I don't know if anybody in here is west of me. Viral, I know. I haven't seen him pop in, but I know he's west of me. Let's see. I'm getting the Analog Rhythm MK2 together with the MPC Live 3. Sick. Nice, Tactical. And 2 good synths. That's a sick setup, dude. You know, I've never played with the Rhythm. I thought about getting one. I had the Syntact, which I know has like it's got some of the analog sounds, I think. Can't sample like the Rhythm. But yeah, Rhythm seems like one of the best drum machines out there. With a Live 3, dude, you're gonna be set. And 2 good synths. Hell yeah. What kind of synths you thinking? Like a poly and a mono? That's one thing I will say about the MPC is some of the plugins on their synths are pretty good. That Juno one that's in there, I think sounds pretty damn good. And the little not little, but the Moog style one, I forget what they call it. It's kind of like a mini Moog. That one sounds pretty damn good too. Even some of the stock ones aren't bad. You know, that's one thing. That's another thing is like the direction the MPC's going is like more workstation style with all the built-in things, an all-in-one device, DAW, all your instruments and everything. And that's, I don't know. It's kind of leaving me behind a little bit too, the workflow. Not what I'm like looking for in hardware really. For me personally, I don't know. It's going more and more obviously in that direction. They've put the force into it. I think it's super cool. And if that's what, like, you know, it's for people who want to make something all in one box or with a couple other things, like it's perfect for that. I just don't know. I feel conflicted on it myself. That's kind of what I love about the Electron world is it's very like opposite of DAW style. And it's got its own workflow, obviously, and Electron's not for everyone. But I kind of really love it. I just wish I wish I could take devices and incorporate things of Electron with MPC, with the GR Mega, with like the Quantum, with, you know what I mean? You know, make my own device. But then again, you end up with an all-in-one box. I don't know if I like all-in-one boxes, or I kind of like the limitations of missing things from a box, because that's the thing. That's why I work mostly with hardware, is because the DAW to me is like, it's like I get overwhelmed with option paralysis working in the box and with the DAW, because it's just an endless. What you can do is like an endless amount of you know, of things you can do. It's just like the power and abilities, and that's kind of what I enjoy about hardware, is having some restrictions and limitations force me to. Otherwise, I'll sit there forever, like in the DAW, making a song, and I can add this effect, I can do this, I can do this, I can do that, I can add, you know what I mean? Like, I have a problem with that. That's a reason that I kind of gravitated over these last back, because I was in the box for a while, and I gravitated to hardware over this last like 6-7 years. And I'm not totally DAW-less. I do a hybrid setup, you know, I work with both, but having all the features of like that in a box is, for me, it like kind of defeats the purpose of what I love about working with hardware, is I think I don't know. I'm just kind of conflicted on their whole direction on whether or not it's for me. And I think it's awesome what they're doing, and it's super badass. And I applaud everything that they're doing in that device. It's maybe the most powerful device out there on the market today. I just don't know. I don't know if the whole direction is like right for my creativity, if that makes any sense. Portable for needs. You can carry it and not use it today, but you still pack it and take it tomorrow, like a Kali or Citroen. Yeah, Chris. That's what portable. That's how I would look at it for sure. There's a guy in Facebook group makes beats on Live 3 every day as truck driver. It's plenty portable. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not portable at all. Vapors. I just think it's not as portable as, it's not as small of a thing for like what if I was gonna like take it to work or something. Like it's too big, you know. I can't have that in the work truck and stuff, like where I could with a pocket operator, or even the SP404 was like real easy to just like have in a backpack or something. It just doesn't, it's just, you know, it depends on everybody's case use. I'm not saying it's not portable. It's just a pretty fucking bulky big thing for a portable device. I can't think of any other device that's marketed as portable that's that large. But granted, it's got built-in speakers and a microphone and stuff, and I think it's dope. It's badass. I'm not knocking it in any way. Just for me, I'm not. Akai has no competition. Agreed. I think they've with this new product, they've sealed themselves as the ultimate DAW in a box groove box, without a doubt. M Plus is great gear, but not updated. The Machine Plus, yeah. For a while, my go-to travel stuff, OPZ, iPad, and now the Seek Track. A lot of people are into that Seek Track. I haven't tried one. I would like to mess with them. They're pretty inexpensive too, huh? I was looking at that, and yeah, that thing kind of, when it came out, it was hyped a little bit, and then I don't see a lot, but then I see some people that are really dedicated to that. I think Cressy's got one of those too. He was talking about, I think, didn't you do some of your jams that we were listening to on the Seek Track, Chris? Let's see. Got a jam pal who rocks a Game Boy and an LSDJ tracker software. The tools are there for all levels. That's the thing, right? Is we're in such a golden era that we could sit here and be like, oh, I don't like this thing, or I love this thing, and everybody's got their thing. But there's something for everyone, and in no time in history have we had this many devices, right? That we can be like, we are extremely spoiled when it comes to technology and what we have the tools to make music. Tools, toys, whatever you want to call them. I like to call them tools. Some people call them toys. I don't know. It always, I don't like that, because like it reminds me of like when I used to buy tools, or I still do, but like certain people, like I buy a new hammer drill or a bandsaw or something I need for work. Like, oh, you got a new toy, you know? And I'd be like, you know, this ain't no toy. It's a tool, you know, like big old, you know, freaking hammer drill or something. But then like same thing with like music gear, you know, is be like, oh, you got yourself a new toy, did you? You know, your mom or something would say that. And like, I don't know. I get it that for some people that like that's how they look at it and stuff. But to me, I look at it as their tools, because I'm using them to create something. I don't feel like I'm in the backyard playing with my G.I. Joes or Transformers or something, you know. But to each their own. I try not to. It used to piss me off when people would say that, especially about like my tools at work or something. But I've grown thicker skin on that, and I realize that we all look at things differently. But anyhow, we have tools, toys for everybody now, right? There's something that we can all use to create with, and that's dope. And what a time to be alive. Let's see. And I wonder if the Roland SH4D could send all 5 parts via USB into the MPC Live 3. Not sure, Tactical. The SH4D has come a long way, I think, since it was first released. I didn't look too hard at it. I think Synthatics got one. I know Viral had that one for a little bit that he did the swap with Apollo. It looks like a cool device. The thing I like about it is I have the SH32, which is was like the first brand new synth I ever bought. Like in like 2000, 2001. I had some used synths at that point, some Rolands and stuff, but Yamahas. But it's basically like a newer version of that. And I still have my SH32. Well, I actually rebought it because of nostalgia reasons, not because of the sound or anything. And I still break it out. It's got some good sounds. It's got 808 and 909 sounds in there. But I don't know. That'd be pretty cool, though, if you could send all 5 parts. Oh, let's see. I'm getting pretty behind here. My apologies, guys. Let's see. Just visited a park in Palo Alto that has donkeys, and one of the creators of Shrek grew up in the neighborhood. Well, that would make sense. That's funny. Like button. Thank you, Cressy. San Diego. Let's see. Roland SH32. Yep. To gel with the device is the most important thing to me. I'm with you, Cornish. Yeah, it's all about how we connect with the machines, right? When it feels like it's like an extension of yourself and your creativity is, I think, when the best of devices. If you have to fight too much, and there's certain things I have, like I love my Moog semi-modulars. I'm a huge fan, but with Mother 32, if I don't use that thing for a little while, the sequencer on it drives me insane. Every time I come back to it, I have to look up again how to use the sequencer. I hate shit like that. I hate having to refer to a manual on things that should be intuitive. But I keep it because I do love the sound of it, and it does fit with the others. If that was a standalone device that I had, like my other synths, I probably would have ditched the Mother. But it does fit in with the DFAMs and the other ones. But I agree with you. It's all about how you gel with it. Not G.I. Joe, D.I. Joe, a real American hero. See, SH4D, yes it can. Oh, there you go. Crest knows. S23, what up? See, Electronic Composer, hey man. How you doing? Welcome in, guys. Thank you guys all for dropping by. Let's see. This chat window is driving me insane. Such a cool table synth. Oh yeah, the SH32. Very it's a love-hate relationship with a lot of people. I love it. A lot of people absolutely despise it. If you've done the update, there's an update you can do that's kind of a pain in the ass to find and do now. It helps with the stepping of the filter. I know that's a lot of people's complaint on the SH32, and it bugged me for a while. But there is an update that helps with that. Let's see. I love the SH. Hey, what's up, Viral? Good to see you, man. It kind of took me by surprise, the SH4D. You know what? After seeing your videos, I was like, okay, I'd like to check this one out. And they jumped up in price considerably. For a minute there, they were like down a bit lower. And then they, like everything else, has gone up in price. I'd like to kind of compare it with the SH32. Considered SH. Oh, you didn't get it? Yeah. I thought you got one set that I remember we were talking about it when it came out a few years ago. It's got a good update. Yeah, that's the thing, is they updated it, right, Chris? And then the price jumped up. But it was probably also around the time of all this other bullshit. So, of your more complicated synths, what has the best UI? Intuitive navigation. Of my complicated synths? Is that what you asked? Yeah, okay. I really like the UI on the Muse a lot. I think it's really intuitive. It didn't take me too long to learn of my complicated synths. But I'd probably have to say the Hydra synth, I think, has one of the most brilliant UIs of all synthesizers out there. I mean, it's just so well thought out and laid out that I'd have to say Hydra is probably, but also, you know what? I might take that back, because the way the third wave 8M is laid out gives the Hydra a run for its money as far as ease of use. I barely had to crack the manual at all on that. It was so easy to figure out everything. And I am going to be doing I'm going to put that over here on the desk so I can throw the camera on it to do some videos, pull that out and throw something else in its spot over there. Maybe the Hydra. Maybe I'll switch that with Hydra. But those two, I think for UI and just being very intuitive and understanding without having to go. I mean, Hydra took some, understanding how the mutants, is that what they're called? I think mutators or understanding how those worked at first and stuff took a minute. But the third wave, I barely had to look anything up at all. It's very, very easy to use. And it's got that beautiful, the 8M has that really large, nice screen. And everything's pretty knob per function. Easy to get into the menus. The matrix on assigning for modulation is super, super nice and easy to use. And you can get extremely complex. That's a very deep synth, and the sound. I mean, there's nothing other than maybe the Toneverk. I would say the 8M is probably maybe the best sounding synthesizer I've ever had the pleasure of playing in my studio. I can't think it's there. I don't know what they did with the inside of that thing, but there's something about the sound of it that is just it's very special. It's very hard to describe. And I don't know that even when I listen to demos of it, it comes across, but when you're in person and you hear it through your monitors, the sound of it is just incredible, just phenomenal. It's, I think it's pretty pricey for a desktop unit, but compared to what you'd have to pay to get into the full big bad boy of those. But yeah, man, I really, really love them. Really love that synth. But I would say those two. But I think the Muse. There is some menu diving. I did have to look in the manual on that more, just for intuitiveness. Easy to use. I'd say it's toss up between Hydra and the third wave. Let's see. I've been waiting for Black Friday. I would like to get the Subharmonicon on a deal. I love Subharmonicon. It's one of my favorite synthesizers that I've ever owned. It's my favorite of all of the Moog Sound Studio stuff. A lot of people, I know it's a tricky one to get good sounds. You have to spend time with it. It's not for everybody. It takes a lot of patience to find the sweet spots and get good things out of it. But to me, it's got such a unique sound. I think it's a very, very special device. If you can find one, man, I see them used, sales on them used. I've almost thought before of just getting a second one because it'd be interesting to put two together with those sequencers and try and make something. But I'm that'd be just indulgence. It wouldn't be something that I needed. See, Studio Logic Sled, my Winter Freezies. Okay, yeah. Hydra's good too, but my Explorer model has more menu diving. Peak, okay. I've heard great things about the Peak. I would like to have a Peak or a Summit. That's one thing I wouldn't mind having. The Sledge, I've always heard good things about the Sledge. We've talked a little. I've asked you a few questions about that, I think, Uncle. That's awesome you have that. Did you just say the Toneverk is the best sounding synth in your studio? Toneverk is maybe the best next to Toneverk is you put that next to the other Electron boxes, which sound really good. Digitact, Digitone, Octatrack doesn't sound as great, but the Syntact, all of those sound really, really good. The sound that comes out of them. Sometimes I just run other stuff into those to use the compressor and reverb and stuff. But the Toneverk sounds way better. They did something new and special that the sound is absolutely incredible. That's the big reason I kept it, even though it had the problems, is because it just sounds phenomenal. It's the effects and stuff in it. I know it sounds crazy, but they did something really unique and new and special that it's the best sounding Electron device and maybe the best sounding synth. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Muse and the Quantum sound really, really damn good. The Muse sounds phenomenal with that diffusion delay and stuff. But the Tonewerk has a unique, special sound. And now that the update's here, I'll be doing some more. I'll do some more videos with it. I started. I have it right here next to the GR Mega and the Octatrack, and that's going to be the main little setup. MPC's been pulled out for now. It's going to probably go over here with the ASR X Pro. It's going to be a little switch around here, but for now, the main setup and brains is going to be Octatrack with Tonewerk and the GR Mega. And then I can multi-sample from all these synths in the back onto those, and then I can sequence with, because I like the Electron sequencer is, to me, the dopest thing ever as far as sequencing. I do love the MPC sequencer, but I just love the Electron workflow and sequencing, and so having the Octatrack and Tonewerk together. And then I can run Octatrack through the Tonewerk on the inputs or the GR Mega, and I can get, you come out of those converters and I can get better sound. That's the reason I'm actually keeping the Digitact 1, is because running shit through it makes it sound better. They all have inputs, and you can run through and you can use the compressor and the reverb and the delay, which has a nice delay and reverb on there. Not as good as the Tonewerk. I think they updated their algorithm for their reverb on that. But yeah, man, Tonewerk sounds absolutely freaking incredible. That's one thing. One thing about it that immediately blew my mind when I heard it. I was like, what the hell? I did not expect, because Electron stuff just in general sounds damn good. But this sounds even better than all of it. Now I haven't gotten the Digitone 2 or the Digitact 2. I don't know how much of a difference those sound, but I've heard other people mention that the Tonewerk is the best sounding. I think even EasyBot mentioned it in his stream that Tonewerk has like the best sound that he's heard on an Electron. But yeah, guys, man, I really appreciate all y'all that dropped on in. I think I am going to head out, get some lunch, and run a couple errands. We're doing some pumpkin carving tonight with the kiddos to get ready for tomorrow, Halloween tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing either tonight or tomorrow, maybe tomorrow morning. I was getting set up for it. I got a new little tripod stand that comes out for the camera, but I'm going to do a little demo with this feller, Oliveira, the Strymon, which I was hyped to get. I had a chunk of Sweetwater bonus bucks that were I got an email about that were about to expire, and I threw towards this, because all I'm going to be getting for a long while, I think, is effect pedals. And even then, not that many. I don't need a lot. Still waiting on my Chase Bliss Lost and Found. Hoping it'll be here soon. One of my buddies ordered on the first or second day. Pretty sure it was the first day, and he just got his a couple weeks ago. So it's gonna be a minute, man. Samurai must have ordered his real quick to have gotten his when he did. But yeah, I got in after the day where they said it's going to be somewhere in November. They said by the new year, so I might not see mine. I think mine was a week before they did the cutoff of it. But let's see. Thanks for the good recommendation on the Subharmonicon. I'm going to pull the trigger. Yeah, man. I hope you like it, because it's just remember that it's something that you have to spend some time. Sometimes it'll take a half hour, 40 minutes to get something I really, really like on it. It can be a frustrating synth, but I think the rewards are worth it, worth the battle. I love it personally. Absolutely think it's nothing I have sounds like the Subharmonicon. It's got a unique original sound. I think it's one of the last great Moogs that came out before they sold out out of Asheville. One of the last developed, that and the Muse. And nothing against the Labyrinth or any of the others. I like them all, but Subharmonicon is, to me, just a brilliant, fun, amazing synthesizer. So I hope you enjoy it, Electronic Composer. The Tonewerk converters, right? It doesn't have any synthesis. I mean, it's all sample based. It's a sampler, so it has some synthesis capabilities, not super, super deep. But yeah, you have to put your own sounds in. I mean, it comes with a lot of stock samples in it, and then you can tweak those, synthesize them, add effects, and do things. But yeah, the converters, just the sound of the thing is I don't know what they did, but I think other companies, should take from that, because I don't think everything out there is not sounding that good, but it does have some synthesis. I mean, you have LFOs and envelopes. You got an amp envelope and a filter, and I forget how many LFOs. You got some modulation. You got a lot of routing. It's the thing about this thing is like routing, effects buses and things. It's got super, super dope effects, like super, super dope, amazing effects. And then it's got like, all the subtracks. Basically for every track, you get a Digitact 1 subtrack. Like you get a separate mono track. So you could put a whole drum kit on a subtrack of one track of it. And then you can route the effects and stuff all different ways. I mean, the Tonewerk, it doesn't seem like anybody yet, even like the hardcore Electron nerds, like nobody really knows what it is yet exactly. They say it's a multi-sampler, they say it's an effects, like all these things, but it's like a completely new direction and new device, even for Electron. I don't think we know what it's going to fully become. I know for a fact that they've said that Mario from Electron, we were talking about this, Daydream Sound mentioned this on he did a stream last night. Mario from Electron has said, and I think I saw this on the EasyBot stream that he did with him, that they've like future-proofed this thing majorly as far as being to add onto it and build. It's got like a ton of room, processing power, RAM, all the stuff to be viable for many, many years to come. So we'll see what it is. I don't know. It seems like something. It reminds me of kind of like the Octatrack and the fact that you can use it in so many different ways. The Octatrack can be so many different things, which is why it's still a device that's cherished and used religiously to this day. So yeah. What up, If Dots? Good to see you. Let's see. Imagine Octa MK3 with those converters. Oh, yeah. Isn't that the community's dream? GearTube. That is the dream. I don't think we're ever going to see an Octa 3. I mean, they've basically said as much. But yeah, If Dot says, I just made a Max for Live device to do subharmonicon stuff on the Push 3 standalone. Wow. Interesting. That's super cool. You liking the Live 3 or the Push 3? I'm sorry. You've had it now for what, a month or two? I've been intrigued. I've thought about pulling the trigger a few times on a Push 3. I'd like to play with it, but I'm just not an Ableton guy. I've thought about going back. It's been a few versions of Ableton later since I last tried it. But I don't know. I'm just kind of set in my ways, and with DAWs, it's like I don't really want to. Everything just works, and if it works, I don't want to mess with it. So it's like, Studio One does its purpose for me, but I always look and like, should I? And the Push 3 looks super cool. That's awesome. You're doing a subharmonicon. The polyrhythms it creates are just otherworldly. Yeah, the subharmonicon is special that way. Special device. Recon, what up, dude? Welcome. Good to see you, sir. Chris says, Tonewerk similar to the Roland TR-1000. People are using a tone like a Digitact TR-1000. People are using it like a TR-8S. Early days for both. Yes, agreed. We'll see like the direction. Man, I'd really like to get one of those TR1000s. That is one of the things that I could see adding eventually. Maybe in like few years we'll start seeing some used ones. I'm doubting that we'll ever see any really cheap used ones. But I really, that's one I have lusted over. I do have the gear lust for the TR1000. But yeah, I think you're right. It's too early in the game to see what exactly, they're going to be, what they're going to end up as. Let's see. Yeah, I feel that too. Tonework is going to find its way with people using it in the future. Yeah, I think it's a whole new direction, a whole new. It's weird because it's like a device that nobody can really define. Even it seems like Electron. Off topic. I wonder if the release. Jumped on me. TR1000. If the Erica Synth Hex Drum will become an underdog cult classic. You know what? The Hex Drum looks super cool. I was very, very interested in seeing what that was about when it came out. And it's something that it's a little pricier than I would have hoped for a drum machine. For what it can do, I'd love to get my hands on one and play with it. But I could see that. I could see that being. I just saw there's another drum machine prototype from. Was it Vermona? It was somebody did a video. There was a synth pedal show in, I think it was in Brooklyn, New York, just last week. Sanjay did a video walking around, and there was a prototype machine that looked very similar in some ways. Hang on, guys. Okay. Looked very similar to kind of the Percons HD01 as far as the buttons, but then it was all a sampler. You load in all your samples. Looked pretty damn dope. Another new interesting drum machine to look for. It was just a prototype that the guy was showing. I wish it was just like a brief little segment that he just looked at it, and I don't even think he played it. He just like explained it a little bit for a second. But I'm very curious to see more on that thing. See. Yo, what up, Trusto? Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by. Let's see. Oh, man. Chat keeps jumping. Sorry about that, guys. Give me a moment. Let me figure out where I was. Let's see. Trust Monkeys is with us in the house. That was a great. I said earlier, anybody who's joined, go over to Symptoms of Reality channel and watch their new episode of 30 interviewing Creshead, talking about his Inky tribute album that he's done. Amazing music, great interview, great channel. Go like, subscribe, and watch the 30 super cool stuff. So anybody who's just joined in or didn't hear me mention that earlier, let's see, hit me up in the Discord. Okay, Trusto, I got to get back in there. I kind of got off of social media for a little bit of everything for a moment. I still have my Insta on there, but I'll jump back in. Will do, man, for sure. Let's see, Drum Ding, is that what it was called? TCO? Was that Vermona thing? Let's see. I've only had the Push 3 standalone for like a week, and is that it? And to be honest, I streamed with it and crashed 45 minutes in. Oh no! But other than that, I really like it. It does everything I love. Nice. I look forward to seeing some more, you doing some videos with that thing, for sure. Also, Erica Synth still has yet to release their Bullfrog. I thought that was out, Twin City. I just saw it was on sale. I thought the Bullfrog. Am I thinking of something else? Yeah, I could have sworn I saw on Perfect Circuit that they had the Bullfrog on sale. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that was a synth. Are you talking about a different thing? Because I saw they had one Bullfrog. Are they doing another one that's like a drum? I'm not sure. But I was looking at Perfect Circuit last night, and at Soma and Erica Synth stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe I'm thinking of a Soma thing. Because I was looking at some Soma stuff that was on sale. Because I've thought about getting a Lyra 8 or a Pulsar 23 for for a long time now, and I don't need them, I know, but I always just look. If I saw one cheap enough, I'd probably grab it because I just want to play with it and check it out. Let's see if that says run on standalone. Let's see. Very Electron-like. I traded both your Electron boxes for the Push 3, so it's nice to still have that feel. So you traded the Digitac 2 and the Digitone 2 for your Push 3, huh? Wow. That's a bold trade, but you're enjoying it. That's awesome. Just wanted to change, huh? I mean, I don't blame you. The Push 3, and you're into Ableton and all that. I totally can see why. Yeah, he was at the same Synth and Pedal Expo that was up here in Portland. Only now several places have been released since then. Fun stuff. Oh, nice, Viral. That's awesome. So it's traveling around, huh? Man, I wonder if I'll have to look and see if it's coming through maybe Salt Lake or something. I'd love to go to that. They had everything there. It looked like there was a ton of manufacturers and new stuff. Looked super cool. Third Ear is a good synth show concept. Yes, it is. Highly recommend it, you guys. Head over to Symptoms of Reality and check out Third Ear. I think they've done like 6 episodes so far. No, the Bullfrog drum thing. Okay, so it's a different thing. Okay. The other thing I'm thinking of is different. Interesting. I didn't know they were doing another. So they're doing another drum thing, huh? They're like the drum machine kings right now as far as the amount of drum machines they have out. Hey, Tone Smith, what up, man? Great episode earlier. You and Trusto and the whole crew over there did a great job on the Cressy episode, man. Congrats. I really enjoyed that. Let's see. Trusto. Third Ear is awesome. Yeah, you're coming in a little. I've been on for a while, Tone. I'm probably going to wrap it up and get some lunch. I appreciate everyone coming by. I am going to be doing a little. I think I'm going to do, instead of making a video, I'm just going to do a live demo, like Renegade Samurai style with the pedal. I like the way he did that. Seems like it'd be a lot easier to just hook up the camera and do it that way than editing a video. And then I could get some live input from all you guys as I do it. But I'm going to do the Strymon Oliveira, the oil can delay. And then, you know what, if that goes well, I'm also going to probably do, I haven't either yet, and I'm going to do that. Look, it's got a little dust on it because I haven't used it in like a week or two. I started making a video with that, with like some bass and stuff, but I think just doing it live might be better. I think, I don't know. I was trying to decide what synths to use to do it with, because I haven't seen any video that I could find of synthesizers with this new Strymon, so be kind of cool. Yeah, Tone, I'm pretty excited on that. Let's see, you have some questions and insights. Yeah, Tone, you do have some that was a really good episode. That was, I highly enjoyed that. Apollo Hanzo, what's up? Thanks for jumping in. Saving Cressy's 30 for late night watching. It's a good one, Uncle Chrome. Excellent. Yeah. They've all been good, but I enjoy this one. It's kind of an emotional one for sure. Packed a punch. And Cressy, man, Cress is such a good singer, dude. I don't know. Can all British people sing that good, or what is the deal? Like, I swear to God, you guys like all have like great voices. That all of my synth and music friends from overseas there in England all seem to like have really, really good pitch and singing abilities. Not so, I don't know how prevalent it is over there. I'm sure not, of course not everybody can, but it seems a lot more rare here in the States but yeah, you got a great voice, Cressy. Really, really nice voice. I like it a lot. Great songs, great jam. Yeah, you guys you can go to Cress's Bandcamp. He has an awesome album out. Go check it out. And give him check out his music. He's very talented. It's a dedication album to a person in the community, Inky, who touched a lot of people and has passed away. So it's a very very memorable album. Oh shit, Noir, what's up, man? Thank you, dude. Let's see, appreciate it. That's my first super chat. Thank you, sir. Hypothetical, you can only keep 3 pieces of hardware out of everything you have. Oh, that's a tough one, bud. I mean, okay, so I'm going to give an answer, but this answer would probably change weekly, maybe even daily, monthly. If I had to just pick 3, okay, man. All right, I'm going to say the Quantum, the GR Mega, and the Voltage Lab 2. There's no way those 3 are going anywhere. That's a tough one because that leaves out Grandmother, which would probably be the last thing that I'd get rid of. I love my Moogs. But if I had to absolutely like gun to my head at this moment, yeah, it would be GR Mega, Waldorf Quantum, and Voltage Lab 2, because those are kind of my favorite things at the moment. But yeah, that's too hard. That's too hard. And like I said, that may change. Like, yeah, I'm not a singer. I mumble. Okay. No, you're really good singer. Hey, thanks, Nora. I really appreciate that, dude. Hope that answers. Like I said, next week it might be the Third Wave 8M, the Toneverk, and, the Perkins HD01. Oh, yeah, that doesn't leave me a drum machine except for my granular. Damn, I didn't think that through. I forgot I might need... I can make drums on the pretty good on the Voltage Lab, actually, and GR Mega is a sampler, so I'm covered on drums. And you can make hella drums on. I mean, Quantum can do everything, right? You know that, Nor. That's one thing. That's like a lifetime piece that will never go anywhere. Let's see. Always think of National Lampoon, Mr. Rogers interviews a bass player when watching artist interviews. I haven't seen that. National Lamp when watching artist interviews. I'm gonna have to look for that, Uncle. Let's see. Only Cressy can sing like that. Truly. Yo, Moser, what's up, dude? Just saying, what an awesome episode of Third Ear you guys had. Really, really enjoyed that. One last time, you guys go over to Symptoms of Reality Facebook page. They have an awesome show where they interview different musicians and artists called Third Ear. They had an excellent episode today with Cresshead. So go check that out. Like, subscribe. Excellent episode, Moser. You guys did a really good job. Roman Poet, welcome. Thanks for joining in. Do you have the Pittsburgh Voltage Lab? What do you think of that? I have the Voltage Lab 2, and yeah, it's like I said, it's one of the last pieces. I absolutely love it. And I'm bummed because it has a new firmware update I have to install. And I was saying earlier, to update the firmware on this thing, you have to take the entire thing apart, pull it all out, take the motherboard thing, the main brain, unplug the ribbons from it, and then take that and plug it in USB in order to update the firmware. It's the craziest thing ever. I've never had any device that was like so elaborate to be able to upgrade the firmware, but it's worth it. It's going to give me splits on the keyboard. It's got some bug fixes and some other quality of life, some cool stuff. I forget everything that was in the features, so it's going to be worth it. But I freaking love it. Voltage Lab. I need to do some more. That's something like when at nighttime a lot, when I'm done like over here on the computer working on an actual song or music that I'm doing, when I just go and I just play, just having fun. I spend most of the time with the Voltage Lab. That's my go-to because it's just a playground of exploration that I'm going to spend the rest of my life playing with. It's crazy. Let's see. So Virgin Super Chat. You popped my cherry. Oh, thank you, dude. I'm honored. I really appreciate that. Let's see. What do you think of when you play the bass? I think of shapes and colors and things like that. It depends on the situation and scenario I'm in, Uncle. Like, in a band situation, if I'm practicing our songs, If it's a song I know and we're playing it, I kind of like go into a weird trance of like zoning off where, unless it's something brand new where I'm learning the parts and watching the guitar player or the keyboard player, trying to learn the song, like then I'm focused on finding the right groove to fit, to fill in, to not step on anybody's feet, and to lock in with the kick, with the drummer, But if I'm just like jamming by myself with a drum machine or something, yeah, I do like, if I just like lock into something where I don't have to think about it, I'm not learning it, I'm just jamming. I do kind of zone out, and I do, yeah, I guess not zone out, but I go into this kind of trance where I do think of, I don't know if I'd say shapes and colors, but I kind of, I don't know, it's hard to describe, to put into words. It's like, it's just I call it like getting in the zone, where I'm just like, I'm not thinking about my motions or my hands or anything. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just kind of just like, it's like a form of almost meditation, like a weird trance. And I don't know that I'm thinking about anything. It's just like, I'm just like open, or maybe I'm thinking like, I don't know. It's I've never really thought about it. But it definitely depends on the situation I'm in, jamming. There's sometimes where, and the type of music I'm playing. I've played in some bands with some pretty complicated, complex music where I have to like count and like wait for changes, odd time signatures, tempo changes, things like that, and some math rock kind of bands and stuff. In those situations, I have to be more focused and like paying attention to the drummer and the count and the timing. And I'm usually, as a bass player, I'm always kind of counting. But then, like, when I get in that trance, I don't even have to think about counting. It's just, like, all natural feel. So, I don't know. It's an interesting question. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Looking. Oh, let's see if I skipped. Yeah, of course, Moser. I mean that. That was an awesome episode. Let's see. I'm looking around my room, trying to think what 3 pieces I would keep, and I can never answer those questions. That's a tough one, Tone. I mean, that was really hard. That's like saying, which kid do you love the best? Or if I saw a Syntact for $5.99 at Perfect Circuit. Damn. Thought hard about it just to get an Electron box in here. I think I'm gonna just wait one day and go with the Rhythm. Yeah. That's a tough one. I love the Syntact Noir. I do, and they owe us. I mean, I hate to say they owe us an update, but it feels like they should. There's some things that they should add for us. Any hot takes on the Headrush Prime? No hot takes. Like, what I was looking at is I would like to have one for sure. The new Line 6. I was watching a video on it. It's finally, like, the pre-orders just went out. The Line 6, what's it called? The super badass, expensive ass simulator that does everything. The guys, like the people that I know in bands here now that play out at shows and stuff, they don't even use amps anymore. They just use those Line 6. What the hell are they called? I'm just blanking. You guys that play guitars and stuff know what I'm talking about. But there's a new one that's coming out that looks super, super badass. I don't know. I don't play in bands anymore. Sometimes I go jam, but I still use an amp. I go jam with a drummer friend sometimes, and then people come down and sometimes jam a little guitar and stuff. But I mostly just play here in my studio. None of these bandmates are ever late to practice. They're always on time. They're always ready to go. They're never like too drunk or too got in a fight with their girlfriend and pissed off, or any of the problems of playing with musicians. They're not flaky, which is a big thing, and they're always on time. So I like my current band and they'll do everything that I say. You know what I mean? And it's anytime I want to make a change or anything, I don't have to fight them. They're going to go along with me and stuff. So, But oh, hey, what's up, Marilyn? Thank you. Lurking, currently working, right on. Yeah, of course. No, you guys did a really, really amazing job. Yeah, fantastic. You guys, like I said, go like, subscribe, Symptoms of Reality, third year, their new show. They did an entire year straight, actually longer, but they counted as a year, I guess, of live streams every single day. And they just finished up and are taking a much well-deserved break. Great people, great community over there. And their show they're doing, I don't know if you guys are doing it once a month or every couple weeks. I think it's once or twice a month of a third year. Super cool. Great episode with Chris Ed. See, programming bass with keys versus strumming strings. Flows are different. Very much different. It is, yes. And I approach it from a lot of different ways, you know. Like I might start out with something that I've worked out, like playing on keys, or something from a drum beat I've made on a beat. Or sometimes I just have something that I've worked out on the acoustic guitar and then come up with a bass line from that. There's a lot of different methods I use. Let's see. Thanks for the curveball. You caught me off balance with that one. Well done. What was that about Bill Murray? I forgot. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I'm way behind. Rambling. Helix. Yes. Thank you, Tone. Jeez. Couldn't believe yeah, that new Helix looks super, super sick. Let's see. Bill Murray is the bass player, and Nigel Tufner is Mr. Roberts. Oh shit. Okay, that's hilarious. I don't remember that one, Tone. It seems like that's from my era too. Let's see. Bass is felt more than any other instrument. I agree. I think you're right there. Yeah, Moser knows for sure. If you're looking for something like that, in my opinion, just get the Digatone 2. It's so good. Everybody says that. Everybody says. A lot of people are saying Digatone 2 is their favorite synthesizer, which I just like crazy. Yeah, Helix, Apollo. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting the Helix. Even just one of the used ones now, because I bet some of the other ones be used. Yeah, but they just plug those things directly in the soundboard. They don't even use amps anymore. It's crazy. When they told me that, I watched a show and I was like, they were totally rocking. Is some friends of mine in a local band here that play out shows pretty regularly, and I go out and see. They're finally They were more of a cover band when they started, and I gave them a lot of shit about that. Now they actually have some originals, and the original is pretty good. It's pretty heavy music, but yeah, I looked at one day. I was like, what the hell? Because they used to play on amps before. When I saw them, they're like, we don't even use them anymore. We all play through Helixes. Even the bass player. I was like, that's crazy, and it couldn't tell. Sounded great coming through the monitors. So pretty nuts. My last guitar bandmate rocked through a Fractal Axe. Nice. 1150. Digatone 2's 1150. I thought they were only 1,000. Dang. You still have R2234. Use my SP404. Oh, Guitar Sim, even though I have Boss. Nice, Chris. I've never hooked up my a guitar or bass through the 404. I might have to try that. Temperamental. I also get an amazing deal. It was 900. Oh man. See, yeah, I thought they were like around 900 to 1,000. Everything's going up in price. Let's see. It worked when it gave me my nephew last year. Fun little beat maker. It will be 11 pi. Yeah, seriously, I do have to get going. What time is it? I appreciate you guys all dropping by. No pants. No pants, Wabbit. I love the OG Digatone. I still have my OG Digatone. Love the sound engine. I was going to sell it, and I decided, because people said that the new Digatone FM engine is actually not as like good in some ways. It's not as shrill. I heard Easy Butt talking about that, and I was like, okay. Because I'm not going to get the Digitone 2 or the Digitac 2, at least not anytime soon. I'm okay with just the OGs. I don't need to upgrade. So no pants on that Wabbit. Wabbit, put your damn pants on, son. Sir. 4MS meta mode. Go nuts like me. Uncle Chrome with his modular. Let's see. Has a comb filter. Yeah. There's time sequence. It's a huge update from the Digatone 1. I know. All right, guys. Great show. Thank you. Thank you, Cressy, Chrome, S23, If Dots, Trusto, Tone, Noir, Moser, the Quasi Webbit. Really appreciate all you guys. Uncle Chrome, Cressy, anybody who I missed, Apollo Hanzo, Moser, Soar, Maryland dropped in. Thank you. Everybody who dropped in, GearTube, much appreciated all you guys. It was a lot of fun hanging out, talking. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Twin Cities Oxygen, Recon was in here, Viral Beats, Synthetic dropped by, the Vapors. My dad was in here, Gray American. I missed you in there, Dad. Sorry about that. My pops dropped in. Yeah, guys. I missed apparently a chunk of I apologize. Yeah, I hope everybody has an awesome weekend and a fun Halloween. And I'll pop back on. I'm going to do this pedal demo maybe tomorrow. It might not be till Saturday. We'll see. And then, yeah, you guys all have a great one. Remember, PMA all day, every day. Positive mental attitude. Don't let the bullshit get you down. Don't let the whack stuff you hear on the news or the crazy people you see telling you mad stuff ruin your day. Just keep a good PMA, positive mental attitude. All right, love all.